given that he's the Secretary General of the Demosisto Party. And of course the Demosisto Party has a history of engaging in certain activities which are in conflict with the basic law, such as its interest in self-determination for Hong Kong in the future. Of course, this is a way of splitting Hong Kong from the rest of China, and if that was still his position, then that would place him in conflict with the basic law. Remember as well that the district councils are not concerned with grand politics. They are concerned with district issues, such as the state of roads, such as refuse collection, such as the painting in particular areas, such as the state of facilities. So I very much hope that when they cast their votes, people will look at candidates and decide which candidates are genuine and which ones are best able to look after local questions, such as the ones I've mentioned, and won't spend their time indulging in political grandstanding in order to please other people, perhaps in other countries. In the short term, obviously the government has to stand firm. It must not make any more concessions to the extremists and the fanatics and the men of violence. Obviously the forces of law and order, the police force, must be strengthened and they must be given all the equipment that they need. In addition, the number of prosecutors needs to be increased so they can cope with this very considerable workload. And it's also extremely important that the prosecutions division in the Department of Justice processes these cases as quickly as possible, gets them into court, and that trials are brought on as soon as possible. And once people have been convicted, we must look to the courts to impose severe sentences, because we've seen some extremely serious crimes being committed, and very harsh penalties are obviously required, not only to punish the individual offenders, but to send out the message that to other people that this type of behaviour will certainly not be tolerated. Because we have far too many young people who have clearly unhealthy pastimes. They think that instead of spending their leisure time at the weekends in going to the country parks, in pursuing their hobbies, in studying, perhaps in helping other people through charities, instead of doing that, they'd rather involve themselves in getting dressed up in black and going out and smashing up our society and attacking our police officers and attacking people from other parts of the country. This is clearly an appalling situation in which we find ourselves, and this situation must be redressed. We do have the prospect of a very successful future ahead of us here in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, if it plays its full part in the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area, then there are numerous opportunities opening up there, and likewise there are great opportunities arising through the Belt and Road Initiative. And the government, for its part, must make sure that opportunities are available to young people, that the wealth gap is reduced where possible, and that living standards are raised so far as possible, and also that better housing and more affordable housing is provided for the next generation. So everyone really has to come together to pull their weight and to make sure that Hong Kong has a great future and to step back from the abyss before it's too late.